Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Good News and Interviews with Forrest Lee. Tonight we have the Gregory girls. They're special guests. They're the daughters of Jason and Julie Gregory. We have Olivia, Maddie, and Emily. And they are on the rodeo circuit throughout Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia. They are members of the West Georgia Rodeo Association located in Franklin, Georgia. They also members of the National Barrel Horse Association and the Alabama Little Britches Association. So welcome to the show, girls. And before we get started, I have a lot of good sponsors. And I went by Whaley Pecans today. And this, pass that over to Miss Olivia. And then you can just let Mother and Daddy hold it. This is for little Maddie. And this is Emily. And there's some little goodies in here from Whaley Pecans, and that's a thank you for being on the show. And you have to let Mother and Dad look at what's in the package, and maybe they meet approval. So anyway, I'm gonna take my hat off. Y'all keep yours on, okay? But we have Olivia. She's on the left in the beautiful pink. What grade are you in, Olivia?
I'm in 5th grade.
And who's your teacher?
Miss Ferraro.
Miss Ferraro. And y'all attend what school, girls?
Pike Liberal Arts.
Pike Liberal Arts. And Maddie, what grade are you in, and who's your teacher?
I'm in 3rd grade, and my teacher's name is Miss Gullidge.
Mrs. Gullidge. Okay. And Emily?
I'm in 1st grade, and my teacher is Miss Ellis.
Mrs. Ellis. Okay. And your hometown, what town were y'all born in?
Columbus,
Georgia? Columbus, Georgia. Is that where your dad's from, Columbus, Georgia, correct?
Yes, sir.
Where's your mother's hometown? Do we know?
Auburn.
Alabama.
Detour.
Okay. Auburn? Montgomery area? Okay. So, but y'all were born in Columbus, Georgia. Okay. And I was going to ask Olivia, when is your birthday?
It's January the 11th, 2010.
Okay. What about Maddie?
Mine is July 19th, 2012.
And Emily?
October the 20th.
And you'll be how old then?
7.
But you're 6. And how old are you, Maddie?
9.
9, and you are?
11.
11. So they're spaced out pretty good, about 2 years or so. The rodeo. How did y'all start in the rodeo, the interest in rodeo? What started that?
Well, we were all at a rodeo in Troy, and Maddie was watching a barrel racer, and she was like, I want to do that.
Okay.
And so she started, then Emily, then I started.
Okay. That's at the Pike County Cattlemen's Association building.
Yes, sir.
On US 231. So y'all went to a rodeo in Troy, and that sparked your interest. And from there, how many years ago was that?
That was 4
About
years ago.
4 years ago. So y'all been doing this for quite a while. Let's see. What events, Emily, do you participate in when you're in a rodeo? Let's start with your older sister. Olivia, what events do you participate in?
I goat tie, barrel race, and pole bend.
Okay, and we're seeing some of the riding right now on the back screen of the TV. All right, and Maddie, what about you?
Mine is barrel racing, goat tying, and pole bending, but a little bit of roping.
Okay. What about Emily?
I do pole bending, and I get a ribbon off a goat's tail, and I do barrel race.
Okay. Now, is one of us a national champion?
Me.
And who is that?
Me.
Okay.
And me. Is that you?
Okay.
Me.
Well, you're all champions, but you're a national barrel.
State champion.
A state champion. Okay. A state champion barrel racer. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Let's see. What are the names of your horses? And let's start on the end again with Olivia. Your names of your horses.
My horses are named Spice and Snickers.
And Snickers. Okay. What about Maddie?
My horses' names are Noelle and Dolly.
And yours?
Dalton.
What
But
about
his real name is Turbo.
Turbo? Do you have a pony? What's your pony's name?
The blue-eyed bandit, but you can just call him Bandit for
The
short.
blue-eyed bandit? Okay. Does he have a blue eye?
2 blue eyes.
He has 2 blue eyes. All right, who's racing right there? Who's that? Can we tell? That's a white horse.
Wait, that's my horse. That's
Dolly.
Dolly.
Is that Dolly? Okay.
Dolly.
So that is called what right there? That was a barrel race?
Yes. Sir.
Okay, let's see who we have next. So that's barrel racing. Where was that rodeo? Do we know? Who's that coming out?
At an NBHA show in at the Pike Cattlemen's Association.
Oh, this is at Pike County? Okay. And what's the name of your horse right there?
Dolly.
Dolly. Oh, that was real fast. And who's that lady in the middle?
That's our horse teacher, Miss Rachel
Miss Rachel. Does she have a last name?
Owens.
Rachel Owens. Who else besides Miss Rachel has helped y'all?
Her daughter helped us, Miss Josie Owens.
Okay.
But then she was on a rodeo circuit and she was gone a whole bunch.
Who's that right there?
That's Miss Clara Chandler.
Who's the little girl in the red?
Claire
Miss
Chandler.
Claire Chandler. Now, Claire and her sister will be on the show later on. Because I grew up in Goshen. Have you ever eaten at the barn?
Yes,
Restaurant?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I grew up not far from there. Well, that's a beautiful picture of all 4 of y'all. And there's 3 of those girls, too. One's in college at University of South Alabama. What are we holding there? Is that a pup?
It's a puppy.
A puppy.
What's the puppy's name?
Cowboy.
His name is Cowboy.
Cowboy. Wow, what a name. Is it a boy? I guess
It's a boy.
Okay, I guess if it was a girl, y'all call it cowgirl. Now, where do y'all get your hats?
We got them from Don Walker's.
Don Walker Western Wear. I need to remember that. But I got my hat from a good friend, Miss Kara Carter Knight Hussey. Kara Carter Hussey is where I got my from. Who is that fellow right there?
That's our dad.
That's our
What
dad.
kind of race?
Our dad.
What kind of race is that?
It's
It's a bounce horse race.
It's about. Did he win the race?
No.
That looks like a unicorn.
I did a race like that, and me and my partner won.
Okay, that is Premier Dodge. Good. When was that? This weekend.
That was
That
this
was
weekend.
this
Where was that at?
weekend.
In Troy?
In Troy.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So when y'all load up the horses, who's that?
That's me with my horse Spice.
Okay. Now, do y'all have a favorite color that y'all wear when you're on the rodeo? What's your favorite color, Olivia? When you
On my horse Spice, I wear yellow, and then on my pony Snickers, I wear purple.
purple. What about you, Maddie?
On Noah, I wear teal, and on Dolly, sometimes I wear red.
Okay. What about Emily? Do you have favorite colors?
I have this kind of color, and I wear pink.
Pink. Now, where do y'all get your belts and shirts and all that? Do you know where you get your shirts? and
We
belts?
get our shirts from we ordered our shirts.
Okay.
And we got our belt buckles. Them 2 won a belt buckle. I haven't won one yet.
Okay.
I was the first one, then she was the second.
Okay. Well, y'all are sisters, and I know y'all love one another a whole bunch, and y'all help each other too. All right, let's go down some other things to see. How often do y'all ride your horses? Like every other day, once a week, or how often?
Every day.
Every day. And you have to exercise them to get used to them, and they get used to you. After you exercise your horses, what are some things that you have to do after you ride your horse?
Mostly after we're done, they're pretty sweaty. So we go rinse them off and put their blankets on and turn them out in the paddock.
Okay. Emily, what do y'all feed your horses?
We feed them alfalfa.
Alfalfa. And what other kind of special treats do y'all give your horses?
We give them German horse muffins.
You give them what?
German horse muffins.
German horse muffins?
Yes, sir.
Never heard of that. Wow, I wonder if that tastes good. So what about, do y'all give them apples, carrots?
Yes,
Do
sir.
they like apples and carrots?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about, somebody used the word tack earlier. Now, what is tack? So our audience will know when you have tack that is called horse and tack. What's the tack mean?
So, there are saddles,
Saddles is tack.
bridles, and breast collars.
Okay. Anything on a horse is a tack that you put on the horse.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about horseshoes? Do they have to be? They have to wear shoes?
Yes, sir.
What do you call the person who puts on the shoe? What's he called? Starts with an F. Is it a
Farrier.
farrier? Okay, a farrier. So they have to. Do they come to your house? You don't have to take the horse to the farrier.
They come to our house.
How often does a horse have to get reshoed? Do you know?
Maybe once a year or so.
About once a month, every 4 weeks. So they have to they clean the hooves and check the hooves out and clean them real good and put new shoes on.
Yes, sir.
What do they do with the old shoes? Do they take them and recycle them?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Do y'all have a horseshoe on your barn or on your house? And does it go up or down?
Up.
It goes up for good luck, right? Or what does that mean? Good luck. Okay. So, so probably, have you ever played the game of horseshoes?
Yes, sir.
I imagine that game started with a farrier. You know, they had some old shoes somewhere back whenever they started shoeing horses. That's probably how the game of horseshoes started. Well, let's just put a poll out there and let's throw horseshoes. Well, let's take a short break. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll thank our sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment with the Gregory sisters here on Good News and Interviews with Forrest Lee. We'll be right back.
Identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Attention! Attention! PremierTroy.com. We want your trade. We'll buy your car. Whether you purchase a vehicle from us or not, pre-owned car values are at an all-time high. Trade your car for cash or a newer vehicle. It's your choice. Premier wants your car. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody!
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Brundage Building Supply and Paint Center at Jackson Hardware. 120 years and counting of real customer service with a smile and a heartfelt thank you for visiting with us. PPE, lumber, paint, building supply and roofing, guns, ammunition, American-made items, and oh, by the way, hardware.
Where should you go to find the best deals on a vehicle? Anywhere, anytime? PremierTroy.com. Shop our huge selection. PremierTroy.com. Pick your next vehicle. Pick your payment. Yes. Shop, save, and buy. PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back here on Good News and Interviews with Forrest Lee. We have the Gregory girls. They're on the rodeo circuit. We have Olivia, and we have Maddie, and we have Emily. And as a gift that I want to give their dad, this is made out of Fairhope, Alabama, and Way the Pecans has started marketing this hot sauce here. It's called Fairhope's Favorite White Wine Hot Sauce, Sauce of the Vine. This one is a red wine hot sauce. I've never tried it. I'd like to try it. And this one's honey gold hot sauce. And this one's maple gold hot sauce. And so we'll give those to Mr. Jason later on, but those are something you can put on your... Do y'all like turnips or collards? Well, y'all will one day maybe. but that's what you put on your turnips and collards. But I like putting it on my cornbread. Do y'all like cornbread?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm in.
You're in? Okay. You're in. So, have y'all had supper?
No, sir.
Now, if y'all were to be able to go out and pick your restaurant tonight, where would y'all like to go eat?
McAllister's.
So, is it open?
Yes,
Is it
sir.
open? Okay. I bet it's crowded. But if you can't go to McAllister's, where are some places y'all like to eat in Troy?
Taco Bell.
Jack's.
Jack's, Taco Bell,
Golden Fingers.
Goldfingers. Now, when y'all take your trip and your cows your horses are in the trailer, what kind of truck pulls that trailer?
A ram.
A ram? Is it a single? Is it a dually?
Yes,
It's a
sir.
dually. What color is that ram?
White.
White.
Okay, white. Now, and it's big enough, Mother and Daddy up front. So, do y'all get to choose where y'all get to sit in the back seat?
Yes, sir.
Who's in the middle? Okay, so Emily's in the middle. Are you on the right side or the left side, Maddie?
I'm on the left side usually.
Okay, and so all the luggage is parked in the back. And so y'all, I bet y'all taking naps on the way back home, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, where do y'all store your cowboy hats, your cowgirl hats? Do y'all wear them or do y'all put them up?
Sometimes
Where
we
you
put them up so they won't get dirty.
Okay. Can't remember if I asked y'all this in the live session, but where do y'all buy your hats? Where do y'all get your cowgirl hats?
We get them from Don Walker's.
Don Walker Western Wear, and that's here in Troy, Alabama. So you get all kind of. Do you wear cowgirl boots? Where do you get those?
We get them from Don Walker's as well.
Okay. So do y'all hand those down to the little one, or do y'all just?
No, sir.
Okay. Get y'all. Okay. So, and y'all get belts and shirts and all like that online sometimes.
Yes, sir.
Do y'all? Let's see what we're going to ask next. What are some places that y'all have? Some of the rodeos have been held. Name some states or that y'all been to or cities.
Mississippi.
Perry.
Perry, Georgia. What part of Mississippi do you know?
Hattiesburg.
Hattiesburg, Mississippi. That's where Southern Miss is.
Troy, Alabama. Baker, Florida.
Baker, Florida. That's not far from here.
Rainsville, Alabama.
Gainesville.
Rainsville.
Rainsville, Alabama. What about in Georgia besides Perry?
Franklin, Georgia.
Franklin. That's where the West Georgia Rodeo Association is located, and y'all are members of that association too. Any other big places that y'all been on the rodeo?
No, sir.
Okay. What's happening this weekend?
We're going to Rainsville, Alabama.
Franklin, Georgia for the finals.
Okay, you're going to Franklin, Georgia for the finals. All right, the finals of rodeo or barrel racing?
Of rodeo.
Okay.
Junior rodeo.
Junior rodeo. And y'all will leave Thursday or Friday?
Friday.
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 Will y'all have events Friday night?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you'll get a good night's sleep. Do y'all have events on Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Saturday afternoon or Saturday night?
Saturday afternoon.
All right, then will y'all spend the night and then come home? Is there events on Sunday?
No,
sir.
No. So will y'all come home Saturday night or spend the night again and then come on Sunday? Come home? Okay. Okay. So sometimes it's a 2-day event. So this is the World Championships or the Southeastern?
Their association.
Okay, this is the finals of the West Georgia Rodeo Association finals in Franklin, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
And y'all were in different age groups or the same age group?
We're in different age groups.
Okay.
But me and Madeline are in the same.
You're in the same. So y'all compete against each other, kinda, but you're still for each other. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then probably the next year you'll be by yourself and she'll be by herself. And then as you get older, you'll probably break up or whatever, just go up the tier. Not break up like you'll move up in different associations. Okay, let's see. Now this is I believe we saw this clip a little bit earlier, and let's talk about this for just a minute. Besides chores with the horses, taking care of your horses, what are some things that y'all have to do around the house, that some of the chores that you're assigned, inside or outside?
Clean the eggs.
Clean the eggs. So y'all sell eggs?
Yes, sir.
All right, if somebody wants order some eggs, how much do they cost a dozen?
$4.
$4 a dozen, and then they can, you can bring them to school if somebody wants some. If one of your teachers wants some, or they probably can call Premier Dodge or whatever. Have y'all got some now in the refrigerator, or?
Yes, sir.
About how many do y'all pick up each day?
At least 2 dozen.
At least 2 dozen. Well, I want 3 dozen. So 3 times 4 is
12.
12.
your teachers will be very happy that y'all can do good math. So I owe you $12. Okay. Now, besides riding horses, what are some other things that you enjoy doing?
I like to goat tie, barrel race, and pole pin.
Okay. Besides horse racing, though, or riding horses, what are some things that you enjoy doing besides riding horses in your free time?
I like drawing, reading, and...
Okay. What about Maddie?
I like to read, go to school, and go to gymnastics.
Oh, you do gymnastics too. What about Miss Emily?
I like to do gymnastics, ride my bike, and draw.
And draw. Okay. Okay. When you ride a horse, what are some? What is is it exciting to ride a horse, and you and your horse work together? Is that exciting?
Yes, sir.
It is.
It's really fun.
And I know you love your horses, and you want to try to take care of them and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's do this. I'm going to let you tell the audience your full name and what grade you're in and who's your teacher one more time. Let's start with Olivia. Your full name.
Olivia Kate Gregory, 5th grade, Miss Ferraro.
Madeline Margaret Gregory, 3rd grade, Miss Golich. Emily Allison Gregory, 1st grade, Miss Hills.
All right. What's your full name again?
Emily Allison Gregory.
Emily
Allison Gregory.
Allison. And that's Madeline
Margaret.
and
Olivia Kate.
Olivia Kate.
Yes, sir.
Olivia Kate. Okay. Olivia, I want you to look up and ask your mother and daddy who Olivia de Havilland is. Because I just love Olivia de Havilland. I think she's with Gone with the Wind. I love just saying that name, Olivia de Havilland. But, well, girls, tip your hat for me. And I want to thank you on behalf of Troy Cable. And I want to thank the people in the booth for having us, Troy Cable. And I want to thank your parents, Mr. Jason, Miss Julie, for bringing y'all here. And I want to wish you the best of luck this weekend in Franklin, Georgia. That's about a 3.5-hour drive from here. And Mr. Forrest wants to thank y'all for coming. You did a great job. And y'all wave to the camera. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Olivia, Maddie, and Emily for being on the show. And we'll be back in just a few minutes with Miss Diana Lee and the Troy Arts Council.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Attention! Attention! PremierTroy.com. We want your trade. We'll buy your car. Whether you purchase a vehicle from us or not, pre-owned car values are at an all-time high. Trade your car for cash or a new vehicle. It's your choice. Premier wants your car. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody!
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Brundage Building Supply and Paint Center at Jackson Hardware. 120 years and counting of real customer service with a smile and a heartfelt thank you for visiting with us. PPE, lumber, paint, building supply and roofing, guns, ammunition, American-made items, and oh, by the way, hardware.
Where should you go to find the best deals on a vehicle? Anywhere, anytime? PremierTroy.com. Shop our huge selection. PremierTroy.com. Pick your next vehicle. Pick your payment. Yes. Shop, save, and buy. PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Good News and Interviews with Forrest Lee. We have a special guest, Miss Diana Lee of the Troy Arts Council. She wears many hats. And girls, if I could get y'all to just come back up for just a quick minute. And we have a special person that just had a birthday. Miss Diana had a birthday. Was it yesterday?
Saturday.
It was Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Girls, if you will, help me sing happy birthday to Miss Diana. On 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Diana. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And there's a birthday cake from Weather Pecans in there.
Oh,
Birthday cake. Well, thank you, girls. Y'all wave. Y'all have a good night, and I hope you get to eat where you want to eat. If not, there's always tomorrow. And Dinah, here's another gift bag from Weather Pecans.
Oh.
And
Well,
it's a
thanks.
nice treat for you.
Man,
and,
we really planned this. We timed this well, didn't we?
When I knew I was going to get them something, I said, Diana just had a birthday, and I need somebody to sing. I've been having singers on the show, so I had.
They did well.
Thank you, Mr. Jason. And of course, we want to. That was a treat. Those the Gregory girls, Olivia, Maddie, and Emily.
Yes.
And, well, Diana, you're one of the many hats that you wear is with the Troy Arts Council, and this season is about to kick off. And talk with us a little bit about what's coming up.
It is. Actually, it kicked off Thursday night with a jazz ensemble. But since last year everything had to be canceled, we made a really big decision this year to not charge for any of our events. You don't have to have a ticket. You just go in. Some of them are going to require a mask, but all of our events are going to be absolutely free. Don't even have to have a ticket. So that's pretty exciting. The first thing that we have coming up next is going to be the Sail On. It's a tribute to the Beach Boys. And that's going to be on Monday, October the 4th at 7 o'clock at the Claudia Crosby Theater.
Okay.
And that is a mask preferred situation. Okay. And then Chanticleer, which is a boys choir, that comes on Sunday, October the 10th. And that's going to be at St. Martin's of Tours Catholic Church.
That's an a cappella. Is that an a cappella group?
It is. And they are, wow, they are very, very good. You're going to enjoy those, that performance. And then we have the Vintage Vixens coming up on November the 9th at the Crosby Theater at 7 o'clock. And then, of course, the one that everybody always wants to go to every year, Sheila Jackson and Friends Holiday Spectacular. That's going to be on Saturday, December the 11th.
Will that start at 7?
Yes,
Or
that starts at 7. Now, I believe that she's going to also film certain portions of the show.
Okay.
So I think it will be also available through streaming
Okay.
and on Facebook. And then into 2022, we have the Vienna Boys Choir. They're going to be coming on Sunday, February the 13th, and that's going to be at First United Methodist Church. And then Cordis is going to be coming on March the 28th at the Crosby Theater.
Okay, on the Sunday performances, are they normally afternoon or mid-afternoon or evening?
No, most of them are going to be, I think all of our performances are at night this
Okay.
year. Mm-hmm.
All right. And so the Troy Arts Council, I read, began in 1972. And y'all enrich the lives around Pike County, and some of the things that y'all market or try to include or promote are the visual arts, the arts, theater, and music.
Right. And most of our performers, when they come in like a day early, and they actually do something with the schools. They'll go into the schools and they'll either do a show for the kids free of charge, or they will have some type of hands-on activity for them.
Okay. And the venues, like you said, that y'all use this year is the Cosby Theater, and you'll use First Methodist Church, the Catholic Church. What are some other venues that y'all have used through the years, Diana?
Well, actually, the one that we had last Thursday night, that was at Long Hall.
Long Hall. Okay.
And let's see, where else? I'm not sure if they've ever been in Sorrel. That may be too small. And then some other of the venues on campus.
Okay. You know, the Gene Lakes, what are the scholarships that y'all are able to offer through the Arts Council? If you will, explain that to the audience for us.
Yeah, each year we help to provide different awards and the scholarship. That is the Gene Lake Scholarship, and it goes to a graduating senior from one of the Pike County schools.
And y'all also offer grants. How does that work? To the local? Go ahead.
I'm not sure. I don't want to speak on that because I'm not sure exactly how it works, so I don't want to get it incorrect. But just give us a call and we will, we'll get you the information.
I think I read online where periodically y'all give grants to the arts program, sometimes music or theater groups, depending on the availability of funds.
Right.
How can someone be involved with the Troy Arts Council?
Just give us a call. We usually meet the second Tuesday of the month.
Okay.
We meet at 5:15, and just let us know that you want to be involved, and we can get you involved. That's how they got me.
And now, I think I also read online, if someone wants to make a donation to the Troy Arts Council, it's tax deductible.
Right.
And how did they get in touch with the Troy Arts Council?
You can call either the Department of Tourism, and Sheila is on the on the board, and or you can call the Johnson Center.
Okay. And I think there's an online, the way you can do it online.
Donate online.
But y'all have your website, I believe, is online. I think that's why I looked this up, is the Troy Arts Council, and you're on Facebook and all that kind of stuff.
There you are.
And now I can remember, to begin with, the Gene Lake Festival used to be at the Pioneer Museum. Then it got so big, it's moved to downtown, and that's what we call Troy Fest. And that's part of your organization as well.
A personal touch.
But I think that that is actually through the committee, the Troy Fest committee.
Okay. Now, but there again, if someone wants to be a part of it, they can they buy a membership, or
they can be a patron.
They can be a patron. And there, I saw the breakdown on the website of the different things that a person could do to help with the arts, and as it relates to the theater, arts,
music,
the whole gamut. And I used to teach at Troy City Schools for a long time. Goshen, graduated at Goshen High School, and I can vividly remember my two art teachers, Bob Lawrence and Miss Teresa Sanders, and I absolutely loved art. And we're fortunate in Pike County and Troy City and even Pike Liberal Arts where I teach
yeah.
now. We have a great arts program. And I had Abby on the other week, and she just mentioned her art teachers of Jennifer Sullivan, Jennifer Lindsay, Mrs. Smith, I think, and Mrs. Walden.
Right.
I said, you just mentioned the Mount Rushmore of Pike County art right there when you mentioned those. Day Barnes. Yeah, she never had Day, but I think the world of Day. And now, Dad, do you know what is going on at the Johnson Arts Center now with local artists?
I know they just had a big show with a lot of local artists, and I know that they are bringing back the Christmas at the Center.
Okay.
So I'm not exactly sure what that format's going to look like right now, but I do know that they have announced that they will have Christmas at the Center again this year.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to add on the arts?
Well, I'm hoping that everybody will come out for Sail On. I think that that's going to be absolutely wonderful. Several years ago, they had a tribute band for the Eagles, and wow, it was incredible. You thought you were at an Eagles concert. So I hope that everybody will, throw on their Hawaiian shirts and come on out and see the Beach Boys Monday, October the 4th at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. And that show, will it last a couple of hours, you think?
At the most.
Yeah, at the most.
Yeah.
And, they make the circuit, I'm sure, around Alabama and the country. I can remember, I believe you were the arts, I don't know how, but years ago, the Blues Brothers came to Enterprise, and you called me up, hey, I got a couple of tickets.
Yes.
So Abby and I went to that, and that was phenomenal, because I did a little bit of Blues Brothers in college, and still would love to do it, but I cannot do a cartwheel anymore for some reason. Well, on the, now, anything else with the Arts Council that you want to mention?
Just if you want to get involved, get in touch with us, either online or through the website, or one of us that's on the board. We would love to have all of the ideas, all of the different aspects, of the arts. We love to have a lot of people in on the decision-making process.
Well, Diana, since I have you on the set,
okay.
A lot of the community knows of Diana Lee and your association with Troy Bank and Trust. How long have you been with Troy Bank and Trust?
24 and a half years.
24 and one half years. Now, I'm going to ask you some simple questions. Your hometown is?
Mobile, Alabama.
And what high school did you go to?
Baker High School.
Baker High. Okay, your parents, who are your parents?
Paul and Edie Darty.
Okay, and your daddy's?
Deceased.
And your mother still?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
80, she will soon be 82, and she can work circles around me.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then how did you find Troy as opposed to South or going toward Louisiana, Mississippi? Why Troy?
I actually did go to South for 2 quarters.
Really?
And I came home at the end of the second quarter, and I said, Mom, I quit school today. I said, I don't like it. It's like going to a big high school. I don't want to go there anymore. And she said, that's fine. She said, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I think I'd like to be an airline stewardess. And she said, well, that's great. You've never been in a plane, Diana. How are you going to do that? And so I said, well, I don't know. I don't have everything worked out yet. And she said, well, I tell you what, while you're deciding, I'm thinking that you probably need to get a second part-time job, and that way you'll have a lot of time to think. So I was working about 18 hours a day between the 2 jobs.
What were the 2 jobs?
The 2 jobs. What were the 2 jobs? Okay, well, the first job was I was working as a receptionist at an electric wholesale supply company, and at night I was waitressing.
What restaurant?
Quincy's Family Steakhouse.
Okay.
And carry about 6 plates on my arm.
Okay.
And so it took about 2 full months of me working all of those hours, and I said, okay, Mom, I give up. You win. I want to go to school. I want to go back to school. And she said, well, that's great. I've been looking around, and Troy can offer you a scholarship, Diana. So I came up here sight unseen.
Really? What year was that?
I came up in the fall of 1981.
1981. Okay. And so that would be September. We were on the quarter system then.
Right.
Now, did you join the Greek system at that time?
I didn't. I was an independent for 1 year, and then I decided to pledge.
And what organization?
I pledged Alpha Delta Pi.
Alpha Delta Pi. All right, so when you came to Troy, what was your major in college?
I knew that I wanted to be in sales or public relations or something of that nature, but they didn't actually offer a public relations degree. So they gave me a contract major. They gave you a major and a minor that would give you the skills to do the job you wanted to do. So I contracted with a speech communication major and a marketing minor. So I literally learned how to talk and sell.
Now, who were some of your key advisors or instructors while you're at Troy University?
I had to take a lot of, in addition to the speech courses, I had to take a lot of drama courses. And so Dr. Dye was very, very instrumental in that. And then with the marketing, definitely Steve Garrett, Dr. Garrett, he was wonderful. I also had Dr. Fred Veal, and they were just really, really good, very, very intuitive because they had been in the business world. And so they had a lot of practical experience to offer.
So you graduated what year?
1985.
85. So your first...
A personal touch.
Because we're getting to know, this is the Diana Lee 30-minute segment.
Oh my. It was with a popular priced women's clothing store. And I trained in Mobile, and then they transferred me to a suburb of New Orleans. And I opened a new store in a new mall.
Okay. Then how long did you do that?
About 18 months. And even in 1986, $12,000 a year is not a lot of money.
Wow.
Especially if you're living in New Orleans. And so I said, I can't make it on this. And so I decided to go back home, and I started networking, talked to a guy that I had gone to school with, and he was an area sales rep for R.J. Reynolds Tobacco.
Okay.
And I said, I think I'd like to get into that line of work. Can you give me some pointers? And he said, I'll do you one better. He said, I'm about to leave to go to law school. Why don't I get you an interview for my position? And I was like, that would work.
And that was in the Mobile metro area? Where was this?
As fate would have it, the center of my territory was Troy, Alabama.
Wow.
So I moved back to Troy.
Okay. And you did that for how long?
7 years.
7 years. Then after that 7, what was the next step?
I really started to have a lot of misgivings about selling tobacco products because Danny and I were married and we wanted to have a family. And I thought, how do I tell my kids not to smoke if mommy's selling cigarettes? And so I decided to interview for the position of Director of Alumni Affairs at Troy State University.
Okay. And you did that for how long?
3 years.
3 years. And
then I was approached by Troy Bank and Mr. Gary Guthrie.
Mr. Guthrie.
And he let me know that their director of marketing was going to be leaving, and would I be interested? And I said, absolutely.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back with a Diana Lee story. We'll be right back after these messages.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Attention! Attention! PremierTroy.com. We want your trade. We'll buy your car. Whether you purchase a vehicle from us or not, pre-owned car values are at an all-time high. Trade your car for cash or a newer vehicle. It's your choice. Premier wants your car. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody!
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Brundage Building Supply and Paint Center at Jackson Hardware. 120 years and counting of real customer service with a smile and a heartfelt thank you for visiting with us. PPE, lumber, paint, building supply and roofing, guns, ammunition, American-made items, and oh, by the way, hardware.
Where should you go to find the best deals on a vehicle? Anywhere, anytime? PremierTroy.com. Shop our huge selection. PremierTroy.com. Pick your next vehicle. Pick your payment. Yes. Shop, save, and buy. PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Welcome back to Good News and Interviews. We have Miss Diana Lee, who was speaking about the Troy Arts Council. There's the next big event is going to be
Monday, October the 4th, and it's Sail On, which is a tribute to the Beach Boys.
The Beach Boys.
So we want to see everybody out there in their Hawaiian shirts, coming out to Claudia Crosby about 7 o'clock. No ticket is necessary. All of our events this year are going to be free of charge.
And you can probably get up and dance a little bit if you want to.
In the aisles, if you'd like.
And we were talking about Diana, the history of Diana Lee here before we left for a commercial break. And so, what year did you and Danny meet? How did y'all meet?
Well, I knew him from school.
Okay.
I knew him from school, but we actually we ended up living in the same apartment complex. He was on one side, I was on the other side, and neither of us knew the other one was living there. So I took my garbage out one day and I saw him. And then I started playing volleyball on this co-ed volleyball team that he was also on.
At the rec department?
Yes.
Okay.
And we just kept riding to the games together, and we just started talking to each other and getting to know each other. And we had our first date on January the 1st. We got engaged on Valentine's Day, and we married May the 20th.
Wow.
4 months and 19 days from first date to wedding day.
So what date were you married? I mean, what year?
1989.
All right, let's talk about the dynamic trio.
Triple Trouble.
Okay. What year were
they? Were born in 1998.
1998. And they are, name the names. So
Lindsay, Eric, and Max.
So who was born first?
Which one do you think?
Probably Lindsay.
They actually show birth order traits. It's crazy. But she was born at 12:57. Eric was born at 12:59, and Max was born at 1 o'clock.
And the sweet thing about all of that, the help that you received from who?
Everyone.
Everyone.
It started with our church because we actually.
What church?
Park Memorial.
Park Memorial.
And ours was the second set of triplets born in the church. There was Dina and Ray Hodge had their triplets about 14 months before us. And so Dina organized the church. She started this big volunteer push, and we had volunteers that came every 3 hours to help us feed babies. And it ended up to be like 65 volunteers a week, I think. The 80 Pies took us on as their winter service project.
Wow, that's great.
So at 11 o'clock at night, 4 nights a week, we'd have 80 Pies showing up at our back door to help feed babies.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Good, great. Now, where did y'all live at that time?
202 Country Club Road.
Okay. Now, give us a rundown of where they are now.
Okay.
And they're 20?
They're 23.
23. Okay.
Lindsay has just moved back to Troy, and she is out at Troy Regional Medical Center and absolutely loving it. She loves it. She's one of the things that she always talks about is the team-like atmosphere that they have there. She was with another hospital in Mobile for about a year, and she said, no team concept at all. And she said, that's what I really like about Troy Regional.
Right.
So she's very, very happy there.
And Lindsay went to Mobile College. And
she went to the University of Mobile on a golf scholarship.
On a golf scholarship. So there you go. There you go.
If you're a girl and you think you might like golf, definitely try it.
Okay. And then Eric?
Eric, he went to Troy, and he got a global business with an emphasis on marketing degree. And he is now the marketing coordinator for Brantley Bank and Trust.
Are they about to open up a new branch?
They already have. In Pike Road.
Pike Road.
That's where his office is.
Okay, and he married
Hillary Barron. Another little Troy girl.
That's right.
And she is actually the 11th grade history teacher at Charles Henderson
and she
now.
helps with cheer?
Yes, she's the assistant cheer coach.
She's in her first year. Okay.
Yes.
And Big Max.
Max went to Trenum, and he got his automotive manufacturing certificate along with an associate's degree. And decided he didn't want to work at Hyundai because it was just too big, and he didn't want to move to Montgomery. So he is with the city of Troy, and he is with the wastewater treatment plant.
Okay. Is he still interested in Corvettes? Isn't he a big Corvette fan?
He can tell you the make, the model, the engine size of any car that he sees a quarter of a mile down the road. It's the most uncanny thing I've ever seen in my life.
I got to tell this story on Max. Diana's heard it before. But I taught at the middle school for a long time, and this particular day, at the end of the day, we had about 85 or 90 kids in the gym. And it just so happened the other two teachers were out.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local...
Now we're back. Well, finished the story about Max. At the end of the day, we had about 80 or 90 kids in the gym, and it was just me. So I was letting them play basketball, and I was in the corner of the gym where I could view everything, and Max comes up to me. He said, "Coach," he looks around. He said, "Coach, this is organized chaos." I said, "You are exactly right, Max." He said, "But it's organized, Coach, but it's chaos."
That's what he's been used to at home. Organized chaos.
So, but anyway, so that's the story there. And you've been with Troy Baker Trust about 24 plus years. And I'm going to say, since I was about 18 years old, I bought my first car, a 1971 LTD, for $800. And I financed it at Troy Baker Trust. My granddaddy, Henry Lewis McLeod, co-signed with me. I think it was a $77 a month payment.
Wow.
But Frank McClure was the agent. And I've used him, Magnus Starling, Imogene Walters, Bill Scarborough, and a ton others. And that is the only bank you'll ever need. There's 14 locations.
Almost 15.
Almost 15. And it's just, it's like a family atmosphere to me.
It really is. And, you know, we have a lot of, second generation now working with us. And and what I always find really interesting is that we have several families that are 4 generations, all 4 banking with us. And, you know, that's when you know that you truly are the only bank they'll ever need. You know, you have services and products for every stage in your life. And so...
Now that we're on the subject of banking, Diana has some very important things you need to sit up and listen to, and you need to write it down, and you need to call tomorrow, right tomorrow. Diana, I'm going to leave it with you, and you let us know what the IRS is trying to do.
Yeah, so right now there's proposed legislation that they're trying to push through, and if it goes through, what it would require is any person who has an account at a bank with $600 or more in that account, every transaction going into that account, every transaction coming out of that account has to be tracked and sent to the IRS. This is far-reaching. We are not happy about this. We are your banker. We are not an IRS agent. We are not a tax assessor. We are not any of those things. We are your banker. And we are trying to promote this grassroots effort to get people to call their congressmen, to get them to call their senators, to tell them, no, do not vote for this. That would be in our area, Barry Moore, Richard Shelby, and Tommy Tuberville. It's very important that you contact them and let them know how unhappy you are about this proposed legislation, because they are trying to push it through. And their reasoning for this is that, you know, they will be able to better assess your taxes that way. That is not a burden that needs to be placed on people that have $600 in their account. That's not where, you know, deficits are coming from. And if this goes through, it is going to be horrific. It's a terrible invasion of privacy, to say the least, but the burden on your community banks is going to be tremendous.
So, Dana, is that the IRS is wanting the Congress to enact this legislation, or they want to mandate it themselves?
No, they want Congress to do it because they think that that will increase the amount of taxes that are paid.
Okay. will it come through the House of Representative or any house, the senators or the House of Representatives?
Well, I believe that it has been proposed in the upcoming legislation to fund a lot of the budgetary needs, but Secretary Yellen, Janet Yellen, is trying to put a caveat in that about this.
Okay.
So it's almost like a rider to that proposed legislation.
So they may be trying to pass a bill and throw this in there on the
Exactly.
side. Hey, we're just going to sneak this in there.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
it's going to, the legislation part of the legislation may be really good, but if this little part of it is part of that legislation, then that's going to come into law as well, and then it's really going to hit us.
It is.
So, so again, if someone wants to research this more, what is this kind of called? What is it?
You could Google $600 IRS proposal, and I'm sure that plenty of information will come up. And then, like I said, the most important thing you need to Google is the telephone number or the address or the email address of Barry Moore, Tommy Tuberville, and Richard Shelby. I realize Richard Shelby's he's not going to seek office again, but right now he's still our senator.
So get those numbers, Google them, print it off, call, and it's like I said, it's going to be a burden on the banking, but it's going to be a burden on you. It's an invasion of privacy.
Absolutely.
And every transaction, if you have over $600 in the bank, every transaction you make in and out deposits is going to be tracked, and it's
deposits and withdrawals. Yeah. And right now we're trying to, they haven't told us if it's going to be a $600 average or if it hits $600 at any point during the month.
Well, once a deposit goes in the bank and it's over $600, that account is tracked. So, but banking, IRS banking, there's your key words.
Yeah.
Congressman of the state of Alabama. All right, well, let's go back to the Beach Boys real quick.
Okay.
And again, the Troy Arts Council, if you'd like to be a member, contact one of them by a phone number. Do you have the
you can contact me at the bank, or you can contact Bill Hopper is actually our chairman.
Okay, Mr. Bill Hopper. And the Beach Boys will be
October the 4th, a sail-on tribute to the Beach Boys. And it's October the 4th, Monday night at Claudia Crosby Theater.
Okay.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. And what's the event after that? So
the next one is October the 10th, the very next week, and that's going to be Chanticleer, which is an a cappella group.
A personal touch.
Church, and that is at 7 o'clock.
On a Sunday. Okay. So that's two back to back. Once you get on the train, you won't never get off of it. But Dinah, I want to thank you. And
thank you.
Want to say hello to the Lee family out there, Danny, and Lindsay and Max and Eric, and proud of Eric and Miss Hillary. And that's two super duper families. And we're not related.
No relation.
But we're like having a good time and all. And I've been knowing Dinah for quite a while. I guess
almost
since
40 years.
40 years.
Wow.
And ladies and gentlemen, you can watch this replay on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock, 9 till 10 on Troy Cable 2. You can reach us on Facebook. Search Troy Cable 2 Good News and Interviews. Or you can go to YouTube, hit Good News and Interviews with Forrest Lee, and you can see every segment that we've had. Tonight, I want to thank the Gregory girls. That was Olivia, Maddie, and Emily. Sweet, beautiful girls. And I want to thank Dinah Lee and the Troy Arts Council for coming on, and especially about the banking information that we all need to be aware of. And we'll see you next week on Good News and Interviews with Forrest Lee. Thank you, Miss Diana.
Sure, thank you.
And let's have a good week.
Okay, sounds good.
Good news. And